What's up, guys? It's Angela, and I'm here to do my Pretty Little Liars Season 6, Episode 2, Songs of Innocence recap. If you guys only knew how hard it is for me to do this recap tonight. I hated this episode. Absolutely 100% loathed everything about it. So I'm not knocking you if you liked it because everybody has an opinion, and I'm not going to put you down if you enjoyed it. I personally did not like it. I'm sick of the fact that we are not getting answers to anything. We got one answer tonight, one, which is Jason was one of the little boys in the video. That was it. That was it. So much for season of answers. And I'm also really tired of people on Twitter kissing ass. I mean, okay, if you like the video, that's one thing. Or if you like the episode, that's one thing. But come on. A lot of people know that that episode was not any good. Viewers are decreasing week by week because people are getting fed up. And for people to sit there and say, Marlene, that was so fantastic. You're so great. This show is amazing. It's not going to cut it anymore, guys. Like, we need to hold these writers accountable for what they're doing. I mean, seriously, they keep stringing us along, and we're just keep coming back and coming back. It's not okay anymore. I'm sick of it. I really am. You guys have no idea. I am never going to attack Marlene King or Joseph Doherty or Norman Buckley. I'm not going to do that because I don't believe in attacking individuals, and I don't know them in real life, so that doesn't give me the right to attack them like some people do on Twitter, and some people do for the characters of the show, which is just insane. They're actors. You guys are just attacking these actors for being in a show. That's ridiculous. But I am going to say that I am not happy with the direction that the show is going right now. It started out really great and it captured my attention, even though I was disappointed we didn't get answers. But this episode, we should have gotten something. And where the hell was Mona? I mean, everybody had this cute little reunion and no Mona around. What the hell is up with that? So anyway, this recap is going to be kind of a basic overview, if you will, and then I want to talk about a few theories that a subscriber of mine on Twitter, or a follower, what do you call them? Followers? I really suck at Twitter. I'm getting better though, guys. I really am. I'm so excited that she and I have been talking so much, and I love hearing her theories because they are amazing and they really make me think. So I'm going to talk about a few of her theories that we've been talking about. I'm just reading something from her really quick. She just said, oh my God, if Jessica gave away Charles and Bethany, but kept Jason and Allie, is that why he made the girls play that twisted game of Sophie's Choice? Because we were talking about the video and how the boys look about 3 to 4, and that would mean that if one of the boys is for sure Jason, like we saw, then the baby would not have been Allie. And what if Charles and baby Bethany were both Jessica's, along with Jason and Allie, and she gave up 2 and kept 2. It would be so crazy. Like, she has a kid and gives it away, has a kid, keeps it, has a kid, gives it away, has a kid, keeps it. Anyway, I will say one thing that I really, not really, but one thing that I did enjoy about this episode, which was the fact that they kept it very real. The girls are obviously going through a very traumatizing thing, and I liked how it portrayed that in this episode, but I don't think it should have taken up an hour of my time. You know, I would have liked, if it would have been going on with something else, I wouldn't have minded so much, but just the fact that it was just the same thing the whole hour just really got on my nerves. So the girls are in the hospital talking, and they say Mona's down the hallway, but we don't see Mona at all in this episode, and I was like, what the hell? Like, where be Mona? And they want to wait. They don't want to tell the police about Charles, which is a dumb-ass decision, but the show is full of dumb-ass decisions. I mean, really, like, this is what got us into this mess in the first place. We don't want to say shit about Charles because everybody knows who it is, and Arya's just dead set convinced it's Andrew. God. And then Toby and I think it was Lorenzo find Andrew in the forest, and Toby wants 5 minutes alone with Andrew. This was really weird to me. I was like, either he wants to talk to him and find out what he knows because he really thinks Andrew has something to do with this. He wants to kill Andrew to keep his secrets safe, or he's going to let Andrew go. So, what do you guys think Toby was up to there? I personally think that he wanted to F Andrew up. That's just my opinion, because Toby knows something and he didn't want it to get out. Because Andrew is clearly not A. Let's just get this shit out of the way. Not A at all. Allie's talking to her dad about Charles De Laurentiis, and he said, we don't have anybody in our family by that name. Well, of course you don't, because they go by fucking Charlie. And Allie's dumbass should have said, what about Charlie, or Chuck, or what's another shortening of Charles? I don't know. But, you know, she should have... Mr. De Laurentiis, you got us on a technicality. I hope you're proud of yourself. We find out that when Emily is in Sarah's hospital room, lurching like a creepazoid, that Sarah ran away that night and then was hit over the head with a rock. So how many girls does this make now? I just got splashed back from my water. Like splashed up right there. So we have Jessica. Yeah, we have Jessica. No. We have Allie, Bethany, and Sarah that were all hit by this rock. I mean, were they hit by the same person? Were they hit by different people? What do you guys think? Because this really confused the crap out of me, and I was just like, what's going on here? Is Sarah telling the truth, or is she working with Charles? The girls are, all throughout this episode, are having flashbacks to the dollhouse, where we figure out that they did have to play that torture game. They had to pick one or all would suffer. And here's what I want to talk about. This recap is not going to be chronological, so I'm sorry to break anybody's heart. But here's what I want to talk about. So each girl was sitting at a table with the other liars' pictures in front of her, and whenever the bell sounded, they had to pick one. Arya apologizes to Spencer in this episode, and Spencer said for what? And then when we see Emily, she chooses either the button on her far right, which was Spencer, or the button in the middle, which was Hannah. She did not go after the button on the far left, which was Arya. If you guys know which button she went after, let me know, but it looked like Spencer. Was everybody going after Spencer here? What was going on? Maybe they're like holding something against Spencer and are now, you know, exacting their revenge, or they picked random people at different times and it just never showed anybody else. I just find it weird that we have Arya apologizing, which makes me think that she picked Spencer, and then we see the Emily scene with her maybe picking Spencer, and it didn't really focus on Arya getting anything or Hannah getting anything. So that was really weird to me. It was crazy. Veronica is back. All the mothers are back in this episode, and I just love Veronica. I mean, she is awesome. I said on Twitter she's a ball buster because she is, let's get real. And she's not going to let Spencer get away with shit. Spencer wants her anti-anxiety medicine from the hospital, and her mom's like, do you really think that's a good idea? I kept them from you. And Spencer's flipping her shit, but go Veronica. Stick to your guns, girl. And then Spencer's thanking Allie for getting her out, to which Allison responds, you would have done the same for me. Would she really have? Let's think about that for a second. Although the girls did go to hell and high water to figure out who A is, even though they still haven't, to protect Allie. Okay, now we get to this really weird-ass scene that just made me go, what? And give Ezra some side-eye. Like, major, I was throwing Ezra a major shade this episode because he was shady. And I always think this, but tonight it was true. Him and Arya are talking, and one thing I hated about this scene was Ezra has lost the scruff, and that made him so sexy. Oh my god. Oh. Another thing I did not like about this scene was Ezra was together on my TV when I could have been seeing Caleb or even Spoby, but whatever. But then he says that they're talking about the dollhouse, and Arya's like, I don't want to remember it, I want to put a wall up. And Ezra said, I was only in there 2 minutes, and blah, 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 blah. Kind of tuned him out. Sorry about that, Ezra shippers. But later on, Arya's talking to her mom, and she says we weren't allowed in there at all. Okay, so the mom is a parent, and I get why they're not allowed in, but why would Ezra be allowed in? Because the cops were right there with Ezra, Caleb, and Allison when they rescued the girls. Because Toby was right there. Like, oh, hey, babe, I'm over here. Hey. No, never again. So how did he get in the dollhouse for 2 minutes? Supposedly 2 minutes. Because I think he was in there longer. Because I think he was helping or do something. I don't know. I'm not discounting Ezra. Even though last week's episode kind of showed it couldn't be him. They do loopholes on this show all the time, guys. Like, I'm not counting anybody out. I'm not even counting Ian or Wilden out, for Christ's sake. Okay, then we have a Caleb scene, which I love. Love Caleb. He was looking mighty fine in tonight's episode. Just have to throw that out there. There was a weird confrontation between Toby and Allie where, you know, Toby's saying, oh, the girls went through a lot. And she's like, we all did. And they're both glad it's over when everybody that watches PLL and everybody on that set, all the characters know it ain't over. No, it's not over. You got Andrew in custody, but nothing's over. Come on. But Diane is the person I've been talking to on Twitter, and she's bringing up all these great theories about Toby. I am really loving them. And we were talking about him and how we think that something more went down between Allie and Toby the night Allie went missing. Because I don't think we've ever seen a flashback. I think we've been told about it. I really can't recall what we found out, but I don't think we've ever seen one. But remember when Allie falls at the Kissing Rock and she has the bracelet on, and that's the video that the police see with the girls. But then Spencer and Emily both have this flashback of her falling with Toby's sweater, and I think that's the only time we've seen that. So could Spencer and Emily have been there that night, and then Allie drugged them to try and get them to forget everything that happened? I really like that theory, so thank you, Diane, for pointing that out and making me really think about Toby. But I really think that we're not getting everything, because why? It showed everybody from that night. It showed Cece, it showed Melissa, it showed Byron, Garrett, Jenna, everybody from that night that was involved, but not Toby. What's going on? And we find out Paige is alive. What? I thought she was in the barrel. I want to know who's in the barrel. Are they ever going to get to who's in the barrel? Is it going to be another pig? Hannah tells her mom that Charles played a lot of games with them, like Truth or Dare and Pick Who Gets Water and stuff like that. Arya lies about Andrew. Flat out lies. She said, we didn't see a face because he wore a mask the entire time. And then she backtracks and said, oh, I saw him without the mask one time and it was Andrew, but nobody else saw. Just me. And it was Andrew. And her mom was even like, what are you doing, Arya? Like, you're smart, but you're also wise. Come on, Arya. Like, what the hell? And her mom said something along the lines of, I can't believe a high school kid would have all that money. I was like, thank you. Obviously, Charles is an adult of some caliber. Even if he's not mentally all with it, he still has a lot of money from a trust fund, maybe. Ezra. Yeah. I could go on about Ezra. I'm sorry, I really could. Okay. Moving along. We find out at the end of the episode that Sarah has supposedly left the hospital with her mother, according to Pam, but that could have been any random ass woman off the street. It could have been Charles's mama, with Jessica De Laurentiis back from the dead. It could have been Scott Montgomery dressed in drag. It could have been anybody. But then she runs away yet again, and I'm like, bitch, have you not learned your lesson? I mean, really? You ran away the first time, and you were hit upside the head, and then held for 2+ years underground, where you had to draw pictures of the sun on your damn wall. Like, really, what's going on here? What is going on? That's pretty much it for this episode. We meet Lorenzo, who's a new character, and I was not happy with. He's going to be Allie's new love interest, which we'll see how that plays out. He likes cheeseburgers. I like cheeseburgers, so he seems okay so far. But yeah, he sees Allie in church, and she's like, I'm kind of embarrassed, blah, blah, blah. I got to watch this episode live tonight, and I was so excited. And I want to thank you guys for live tweeting with me during this episode. It's like a really rare occurrence that I get to watch it live. But as a result, I had to watch this episode twice because I didn't take any notes because I was live tweeting. And man, you guys, it was brutal. I'm not going to lie. I'm just like, I wrote in my notes, when will this be over? Yeah. So hopefully next week's better. I'm really starting to lose faith, and I think they need something that will bring me back. Because I was talking with Trey on Twitter tonight, and I don't see how they are going to pique my interest for season 7. I really don't. If the season continues to go along this route, okay, the episodes are darker. I will give you that. They have a darker feel. They are overall better in a way. It's not going to make sense. It doesn't make sense in my mind, so I don't know how I can voice it, but they are better, but we're not getting any answers at all, and this is supposed to be the season of answers. So if it keeps going along this route and we keep getting lied to, I am just going to stay tuned for the summer finale and find out who Charles is, even if assuming we're going to find out. And then I don't know how they're going to draw my attention back for season 6B or 7, to be quite honest. I've had it almost up to here. Like, here's the limit, and I've had it, like, right there. Scraping that line. Scraping it. Okay, sorry. Another thing that Diane and I talked about on Twitter, about Toby, was when he was helping, she brought this up, sent me a screen cap, amazing, when he was helping Jenna move in, and he was getting her boxes off the truck, one of the boxes said Bethany on the side, and I was like, holy shit, it did. It really did. Like, I'm always skeptical until I see things for myself, but it was there, guys, and I was like, what? So if you want to follow her on Twitter, I'm going to leave her link down below, because she has some awesome theories. And yes, I would once again like to thank all of you guys who talked to me tonight on Twitter, and all of you who constantly share your theories. Diane, Danny, Trey, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And I'm really sorry that I hated this episode so much, guys, but I'm not going to lie and say I loved it because I thought it was awful. And yes, let me make sure I have nothing else to talk about. Okay. I think there was something else, but I'm trying to remember it. I'm looking in my notes. Oh, in next week's episode, Jason supposedly knows who knows about Charles, and Spencer said, guys, Jason just told me about Charles or whatever. You watch, Spencer's going to come back and be like, guys, Jason just said Charles' name is Charlie. And that's it. That's all he knows. Like, apparently he's always felt something was missing in this family, and it's going to be Charles. How about Pepe the dog that we never see anymore? I'm just, Jason, come on. Like, seriously, what's going on? I need answers. More answers than I've been getting. So that is it for this video. Rant and rave. Feel free to let me know what you thought down below. Don't hate on me, guys. This is just my opinion. I promise I'm not going to hate on you for expressing your opinion. So even if you liked it, just let me know. And I will hopefully see you down below in the comments. And on my Twitter at PLLChick8811. Thank you so much. And I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.